Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first Build Your Brand webinar of 2021. If you don't already know, my name is Jess Larkin, and I am the Marketing and Communication Specialist at Cornerstone, and I'm your host for the Build Your Brand webinar series. And I'm also your go-to gal for all of your marketing questions. I want to help you build a brand that's focused on growth in 2021. We have a lot of brand new, no pun intended, content coming your way this year, including webinars on copywriting, basic design, customer feedback, onboarding, productivity and time management techniques, and more. These webinars will always be on the Cornerstone event calendar, and registration links will be available in the weekly Monday Minute newsletter. Today, we're going to be talking about improving your existing brand. This is ideal for those of you who currently have maybe a logo or a website, but you might need a bit of a refresh. If you don't already have a brand, there's still some important information that you can glean from this, so stay tuned. As per usual, we're going to start with a little bit of housekeeping. My contact information is on the screen if you'd like to get in contact with me. Also, be sure to give us a follow on our social media platforms. We post industry and Cornerstone updates and information, and that's going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube. So give us a follow. Just in case you missed it, I recently released a white paper on client retention strategies on the Cornerstone Recent News page. You can check it out at www.crnstone.com/recent-news, or you can go to the Cornerstone Resource Center and check it out under white papers. Do you know another agent who might also benefit from our services? With our Refer an Agent program, you can refer individual and employee benefits market segment agents to Cornerstone, and we will pay you $250 when they place their first paid application. You can submit your referral on the Cornerstone website at www.crnstone.com. All right, let's get started talking about your brand. Standing out in the digital world is truly an art. The most important tool for staying ahead of the game with it is your brand. A consistent, regularly evaluated brand is going to open new opportunities for your business and your retention. Your brand is considered your first impression for your clients. What you communicate about your business with your clients and your prospects can mean the difference between just finding a client and finding a loyal customer that comes back year over year. According to the American Marketing Association, a brand is the name, term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's goods or service as distinct from those of other sellers. A brand is more than just a logo and a consistent color palette. It's going to be your value proposition, a brand identity kit, your advertising and communication strategies, your partnerships, the face-to-face and on-call selling experience, customer service, and way more. Your brand encompasses the client experience from prospecting to retention. Your brand is the value that you want to communicate to your client and how you differ from the competition, both in a practical sense, so that's the plans that you offer are cheap, or maybe in an emotional sense, so the customer service was top-notch. As Jeff Bezos says, branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Creating a brand means defining your first impression. Just as you want to make a good first impression while meeting a client for the first time, you want your brand to speak for itself and make a good first impression as well. A well-defined brand is everywhere in the sales process. Like I said, prospecting, recruitment, retention. It's going to establish trust and credibility with your client base. There are a number of different questions that your clients are going to ask when they're working with your business. So think about the questions that you would ask when you're working with a new business. Did the product or service perform as it was expected to? Was the quality as good as promised or better? Was the entire customer service experience positive? These are all the questions that you would ask yourself. You want to think of your brand as a promise to your client. A good brand is going to clearly deliver a message, confirm your brand's credibility, emotionally connect prospects with your services, motivate the client to purchase, and create customer loyalty. So consider what story you're actually telling to your clients and prospects. How do you want to communicate your business's value to your clients? That's a pretty big question. So we're going to break it down step by step. I encourage you also throughout this video to pause and take some notes. I think that walking through this video with a notebook is going to be really beneficial for you. First, let's take some time to figure out what it is that really works about your current brand. Consider your logo, your color palette, your communication efforts, and more. What is it that you would like to continue incorporating into your brand strategy? We can decide this by asking the following questions. Number one, what are the strengths of your current brand? What's actually working for you? What do you think is what your clients would want to continue seeing even with your new brand? Going with that, the second question is, what do clients like about your business? The third question is, what is your initial impression of your existing brand? Take some time now to answer these questions on your own. And as you walk through these questions, there may be some obvious points that come to mind. Maybe you really want to keep the accessible, small town feel of your brand, but you want to modernize your logo a bit. Perhaps you like the way that you organize your marketing, but the color palette could use an update. Consider what's working with your current brand and what isn't. Now let's get into the big questions, starting with reforming your mission statement. Your mission statement is your why. What is it that your business does for its clients? You don't want your mission statement to be stuffy and bland. Get creative. Remember, you want your brand to stand out against the others. What makes your business unique? Defining your mission statement will help you develop long-term goals for your agency, and it's going to best help you articulate your value to your clients. So let's consider the following mission statements to help you get your creative juices flowing. First, we have Honest Tea, which is obviously a tea brand, and their mission statement is to create and promote great tasting, healthy, organic beverages. Straight to the point. Nordstrom's mission statement is to give customers the most compelling shopping experience possible. And last but not least, Tesla's mission statement is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Each of these mission statements is clear, well-defined, and very simple. You can clearly understand what their business does, how they do it, and why you should choose their brand over another. So let's consider what that might mean for a health insurance agency in particular, which is what we would be talking about today. What is it that you want to accomplish with your business? Maybe you want to focus on finding affordable plans for your clients, or maybe your goal is to provide meaningful education so that your clients can be informed about their decisions, or maybe your goal is just to focus on helping your community. Here are some questions to help you clearly define this mission statement, and take some time now to pause this video and answer these questions for yourself. Number one, what does your business do? Number two, what is the story behind your business? And number three, how do you help people? Next, let's look towards the future with your vision statement. Your vision statement helps you determine your brand story and outline a business map for where you see your business in the next 5 or 10 years. Now, this is different from your mission statement. According to HubSpot, a mission statement is intended to clarify the what, who, and why of a company. On the other hand, a vision statement describes where the company wants a community or the world to be as a result of the company's services. A mission statement is the roadmap for the company's vision statement. This vision statement should push your story forward and your selling process forward and set you apart from the competition. Focus on how your vision will help you grow and how you can keep it consistent. Your vision statement should apply to your business for the next several years without having to redefine it. Above all else, you want your vision statement to be authentic. You want to, just like your mission statement, keep your vision statement simple, clear, and memorable. So let's consider these examples. The Microsoft vision statement is very clear, very simple, empowering others. The Alzheimer's Association is even more straightforward. Their vision is a world without Alzheimer's disease and all other dementia. And of course, you have Cornerstone. And our vision is to be the trusted partner solving complex benefit challenges. So let's take some time to answer some practical questions to help us determine your vision statement. The first question is, where do you see your business in 5 to 10 years? The second question is, what kind of impact would you like your business to make? And the third question is, how do you plan to achieve your goals? Now that you have your vision and mission statement, we'll move on to your value proposition. The key difference between a vision statement and your value proposition is that the value proposition is created from the customer's perspective. Why should your prospect buy your product or service in exchange for some cost? Maybe that's time, maybe that's money, maybe that's attention. Most clients rely on the cost versus benefits equation to drive their motivation for buying. And I've mentioned this equation before because it's very important. Motivation equals the perceived benefits of working with you minus the perceived costs. In other words, do the benefits outweigh the costs of working with you? For example, if you have something wrong with your car, would it be more beneficial for you to take it to the shop or try to handle it on your own? In that situation, you are going to start questioning if your fix would be temporary and if it's going to cost you more money down the line than just bringing it to the mechanic. A good value proposition will tell your client all they need to know about why working with you is valuable to them. Let's discuss how you can define your value proposition using a quick model. The elements of a value proposition are as follows: a headline, a subhead or a paragraph, optional bullet points, and an image or a video. A good rule of thumb is that a value proposition should be read and clearly understood within 5 seconds. You often see value propositions very clearly stated on a brand's homepage. So let's take HubSpot's value proposition for example. Their value proposition is, there's a better way to grow. Marketing, sales, and service software that helps your business grow without compromise. Because good for the business should also mean good for the customer. HubSpot's value proposition is very clear, it's to the point, and it's accompanied by standout visuals that reiterate their value and reinforce their brand. I also want to note one more thing that HubSpot does really well with their value proposition. They include a call to action, and that's the Get Started with Them button that they have. It says get HubSpot free. This is a very easy lead generation tactic that you can use on your own website and in your own marketing. It turns a website user into a conversion and hopefully eventually into a loyal client. So here are the questions you want to consider while putting together your value proposition. Question 1, what is your client's main problem and how do you solve it? Number 2, what is the actual benefit of your services? Number 3, how do you do things differently, better, or more efficiently than the competition? And number 4, what is your business philosophy? Once we've outlined the most important brand elements, it's time to reconsider your brand voice and visuals, the fun part. Based on your new or even just updated vision and mission statements, what is your brand's personality? How you communicate with your clients and prospects should come across in the very first impression. No matter what voice or visuals you choose for your brand, you want them to be consistent. Your marketing pieces should use the same color palette. Use your newest logo on all the pieces that you have instead of your old logo. And you want to find fonts that you can use across all marketing. Clients are much more likely to remember your brand if you remain consistent. And I can talk more about design and how to create a nice brand with the same fonts, same color palettes in my design webinar that's coming up in 2021. So stay tuned for that. Let's consider the following questions to nail down your voice and your visuals. And while you're writing down the answers to these questions in a notebook or on a piece of paper or whatever, take some time to also sketch out some ideas. What is it that you are imagining in your head that you want to put on paper to have somebody else create for you? So the first question is, what 3 words would you use to describe the experience of working with your business? Number 2, how do you want clients and prospects to feel when they see your marketing materials? And number 3, are there any brands in the industry that you would like to emulate? What do you like about them? Reconsidering and reconstructing your brand is going to take time and energy, but the increase in sales and retention will make it worth it in the end. And I have a bit of a secret for you guys. As a valued member of the Build Your Brand Club, I'm going to offer a sneak peek into what is to come. In March, we will be releasing a brand new marketing consultation program to help you with services just like this. So stay tuned for more information coming soon. That is all the time that we have for today. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to contact me at jlarkin@crnstone.com. And if you have a couple minutes after the webinar, please take a moment to fill out the survey that we've prepared. We appreciate your support and your input as we continue to provide content that is meaningful to you and will actually help you grow your business. And as always, we want to know what kind of information you're interested in and what you actually want to learn about in 2021. Your feedback is incredibly important to us and it ensures that we're continually providing value. Be sure to look out for more registration links coming up for the 2021 webinar series. The very first Tech Tuesday webinar of 2021 will be all about Windows Basics, and that's going to premiere on January 26th. The registration link for this webinar and all other webinars will be released very soon. So look out for them on the Cornerstone event calendar and in the Cornerstone Monday Minute. Everyone have a great day, and as always, stay safe out there.